Right folks, it's official. We're starting the Waderlife YouTube channel and we've decided, what is our mantra, Karl? It's going to be having fun, catching fish and some handy hints and tips along the way.
That's the one.
If that's for you, stay tuned. So welcome to the Waderlife channel. You join us on this session where myself and Karl are down at the Sitch at RH Fisheries, one of our syndicate waters. We arrived here late last night, probably about, well I say late last night, it was probably about 4:30, 5, but it was already dark. We spent quite a bit of time trying to see if we can kind of listen out for any fish showing, but we didn't really hear or see anything, so we eventually kind of ended up deciding swims based on wind conditions, recent captures that we've heard about, and also kind of previous spots that are produced for us. So Karl's in peg 3 to my left, and I've set up in peg 2. Seen a couple of fish out in front of me today, one over my left-hand rod, so I'm kind of hoping that spot might do something, and one quite far right of me, probably into another swim's water. But fingers crossed, we'll be able to catch the odd fish and show them to you on the bank. So stay tuned, and yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Everybody welcome Karl to the channel. It's his first appearance. He's a little bit camera shy. Karl, tell us, you're in a new swim. How are you going to approach finding spots to fish?
So I am going to go out with my marker rod, and I'm going
It's a good start. Tools.
I'm going to use my spod rod as a marker, which is kitted out with braid, and I'm going to cast out at a range that I think I've seen fish.
Sensible.
And I'm going to have a lead about and see what I can feel.
And what are you looking for?
I'm just going to try and find out whether there's any deeper areas of silt. I'm going to have a look and see if there are any gravelly spots, and I think what I'll probably do is look to fish on the edge of one of those changes.
Yeah, it makes sense, and we should probably clarify that where we're fishing is pretty lacking in features, isn't it?
It's fairly uniform, it's fairly flat, it's just a silty mere.
Yeah. Cool, well, let's get to it, mate.
So, I've just started leading about, looking for the far margin just to see if there's any tree lines that I can start exploring first. I've gone for that V in the middle there with the pointy tree in the middle. It looks a bit like a W. And first couple of casts, and I've pulled this back. Lovely bit of bloodworm. That was quite a smooth spot, about 23 wraps out. But interesting, I'll keep exploring that little area, see what else I can find.
Right, Karl, it is, what time is it? 20 past 1. A little update, how are things going?
We've seen some fish.
Seen fish.
We've got rod set, we've found some spots.
Yep, rods are all set.
Found a beautiful bloodworm bed with some big fat juicy bloodworm.
Boy ain't lying.
Time to catch a fish now.
Now we just need to catch a fish.
And in the meantime, we'll blog and have a beer.
A couple of beers. But in general, yeah, we've seen a couple of fish roll. Someone's got squeaky shoes. So one jump into the left of kind of Karl's swim earlier, just a little one.
One to the right of 15.
Yeah, one kind of directly out in front of me, really, but probably I'd say in the zone, but not necessarily too near to any spot at the moment. But
it's middle of November, and it's 14, 15 degrees.
It is mild.
It's super mild.
Got a big kind of southerly blown across the lake, but an old wind.
It's very gusty. Getting the baits out there and getting the feed out there is tough.
Yeah. What kind of distance are you fishing at, Karl?
23 wraps.
23 wraps. I've got one at 20, well, just under 23, and one at 24, and I can confirm it was a ball ache. Certainly spodding accurately at that range was, I found hard. You nailed it. You were happy with yours, but I think I spread it about a little bit.
You like to feed the world, though.
I do like to feed the world. Yeah,
Show 'em
hopefully,
the lake, Ben.
hopefully we'll kind of capture one of those incidents on camera. But yes, the lake, as things stand at the moment, is looking rather picturesque. A couple of swans on there. Can't really show you the rest of the lake from the swim, just hampered by that tree, but optimistic.
It's late in the season. There's not many people on, but there's enough people on.
Yeah, I think
it will be what it will be.
I think we're probably thinking, what, if we can get a couple of bites each, that would be a right result, I think.
Just a fish. That's all it takes.
Just a fish. Just one fish.
One fish.
That's all it takes.
Ben, what have we got here?
So we've got a nice looking mirror in the net, well I say the net, the retention wasteland thing. We've done an initial weigh, and it is ounces under a 40, we think.
New personal best.
So we're just kind of put it back in the water for a minute, just sorting things out, and then we're just going to reweigh it and reconfirm exactly what weight it is. But it's a big girl.
Yes, lad.
Should we
let's do this.
Oh.
What are you doing there?
Checking that its fins are pointing the right way. Don't want to damage a prize like this.
All important fish care.
Absolutely.
Looks like you need to go to the gym, mate.
Yeah, well, you sound fat. Not the first person. Right, mate, scales on your side, and then people can see just how close we're talking here. Let me just move it so that it's a bit more central. And we think we were clocking in at about 39.14, weren't we?
I think it says 40, mate. Dead.
So folks, we've spoken about the importance of hook sharpness today, and here we have what we think is dead on 40 pounds of mirror carp, don't we, Karl?
Yes, indeed.
Look at that.
A new personal best.
New PB, first 40 in the UK, and what a monster of a fish.
I'm just going to come round.
I mean, the width on it,
Look at that,
is insane. It put up a very kind of steady and sturdy fight. Yeah, that was the fish on the rod that I'd put a few casters out and a few crumbed up boilies. But Pacific tuna, mate, does it again, doesn't it? Let's give it one last lift up for the cameras. It's pretty kind of sparse in terms of scales, but what are you saying?
What are you saying?
Capture?
Yes, lad.
Mate. Right, so morning people. It's just gone 9 o'clock this morning.
looking at myself in the camera, I look absolutely knackered. We've got a little bit of an update, haven't we, in terms of the 40 that was caught
40
last night. So after putting the fish back, we rechecked the scales had been correctly calibrated, and they hadn't, had they? So we were a couple of ounces out. So we've settled on 39.14, which still cracking fish, great weight, but yes, not a 40.
I think we'd knocked the scales on the second weighing, which had nudged it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, so
because we weighed it once and we'd weighed it at 39.14, and then we'd weighed it again because we were trying to get some video footage, and it went in at 40, which is why we thought it was a 40, but no, was not to be.
Unfortunately, but still a PB.
It's still a PB,
Still a cracking fish.
Great fish, great result from a lake that's fishing quite hard at the moment. But we've seen there's a couple of people who've had a fish out, so you know,
15's had one, 14's had one.
So it seems like they're up for a bite. Now then, young Karl, Captain Happy, has had incidents this early morning, so I'll let him explain.
After a rude awakening from Ben at 2:30, to which I screamed like a girl, and going through the palaver of is it a 40, isn't it a 40, I then got my head down eventually at 5 to be rudely awoken by a single bleep on my right hand rod. My line was tight, but there was no fish there. There was nothing. A trailer. Felt a little bump as I was reeling in, so I think that was probably the other line going off of it. Got it straight back out, and then again, the right hand rod went again 10 minutes later. Same happened again, so I'm not happy. We do get a lot of trailers as a fish.
Nice.
Nutted out. We do get a lot of trailers in here because there's a lot of pike, and people do crack off and get snapped off at the rod tips a lot, so it unfortunately messes with your head.
Yeah.
Ben thinks it's just shit, so.
No, I don't. I think you've been unlucky. We've been on here a few times where, you know, trailers have wiped out all 4 of our rods, haven't they?
Yeah.
So it is definitely.
And I
a
caught
thing.
a common on a trailer as well, didn't I? And released it from a good old few snags of line.
Yeah, you did. And I remember I had that common as well. That was a trailer.
Yeah,
Trailing commons. Terrible. And then you've just had an occurrence on your left-hand rod as well, haven't you? Where, again, you're not sure whether or not there's been some sort of trailer behaviour. So that's currently sat against your bivvy whilst we have a cup of tea.
And then I'm going to back out.
So yeah, I think we should
Freshen up the
we should
spots.
leave you to get it sorted, mate. Back on the spot.
I think so.
Catch up with you later.
So, mate, what day is it?
It's Thursday, Benjamin.
It's Thursday, good. And how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very thirsty.
And that's because it's Thirsty Thursday! So, Karl, for this Thirsty Thursday, what do we have with us?
Well, Benjamin, we have this fine red from Aldi.
Aldi, yes. No, Lidl, this one. It's a Lidl job.
Apologies. This is a Beaujolais Villages
Love
Produit
it.
de France.
Yeah.
It is a 2020 red.
I love how that's our description of the... And the wine is red.
We do have a challenge with this wine, and it is our first wine that we are testing on the bank, and that is primarily because although it is $5.99 bottle, it's corked.
Like all classy wines should be.
Like all classy wine should be. And we don't have a corkscrew. So later this afternoon we will be busting myths on how to open a bottle of wine without a corkscrew.
Love it.
Yes, so we don't have a bottle opener, but
you've done some research.
There's 5 different ways apparently to open a bottle of wine without a corkscrew. We're going to attempt one. Wish us luck.
And which one are we going for?
We are attempting
One that involves fire, of course.
the one with fire. So apparently the trick is to heat that little gap, where's the camera? There, between the wine and the cork. And apparently,
There's not a lot of space though, is there?
no,
I kind of feel like this is likely to explode.
it should
Explode?
make the cork rise up.
Hours later. So we're back. And we're back with option 2. And option 2 suggested using a screw, which fortunately here there's boards that you can screw down onto, so we do have a screw and an electric screwdriver, which is going to make this job a little bit easier. And you screw it partially down into the cork.
Yeah,
And
just leave a
then
little bit of a gap.
and then you lever it with a fork. So let's. I feel like if this actually works, it's going to be a serious cheer. Okay, so we're in. We get our rather expensive looking fork. Probably going to bend.
Watch your eyes, boys and girls.
And so we're on option number 3. This wasn't researched, but we have a bank stick and a mallet. Now,
And a bottle
I
of wine.
know what you're thinking. Nothing can and nothing will go wrong.
It's going, it's going, it's going.
Whoa, here we
Hang
go.
on.
What? Do you want to look? We are. Progress is being made.
Please don't. Go. Take it easy. Slow, slow, slow.
It's squirting.
It is squirting.
I think. I think we just need to give it one of those now. We have red wine.
Red, red wine.
Right, come on. We've got to sample this. People need to know what the little wine is like.
We are wearing it.
I'm wearing a lot of it, yeah. Chin chin, mate.
Cheers.
Can't say it's converted me onto wine.
It's quaffable.
It's it's got a bit of an aftertaste. Do you know what I think?
That might be the
That could be the bank stick.
burnt cork,
Burnt cork.
burnt rubber cork that is melted into the wine now.
I think. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
It's not a fine red wine.
No.
It's red wine though.
Yeah.
Happy Thirsty Thursday. Evening campers.
We have another fish. Just about to do the weighing of it. This one came at about 20 past 10. On the left hand rod this time. But see where she goes. A hair under 30 that looks like to me.
29.14.
29.14. I'll pop some pictures up of this one. She's got quite a belly on her. A slightly interesting little pectoral fin. So I'll try and get a shot of that.
quick update after that fish last night. Had another take at about when was it? I think it was about 5:30 in the morning. Turned out to be a trailer, unfortunately, but good news is I managed to get the fish in. It was a mid-20 common. It was just kind of snared up on a ball of line, and something I've not seen before was one of those mini spoms, but it was actually weighted at the front. Chatting to another angler, apparently people do that to get extra distance with those tiny spoms. So yeah, a bit of a shame. Didn't bother putting the rod back out. I was knackered, so I went straight back to bed. But yeah, time for the pack down now, and then I'll be off the lake. It's 8 o'clock now, hoping to get off by just after 9. So if you've enjoyed this video and you like the content, please like it, and also subscribe to the channel, and we'll try and get more videos out soon. Cheers.